YouTube, it's Rachie. So this video is going to be kind of off the top of my head, so if I ramble, I'm sorry, but it's a lot of passion that's going to come out of my mouth. I used to, like, when we first started this channel, it was really to be just a UK outlet in comparison to all the American channels that were out there about natural hair. And as the years have gone on, and now we've hit 3 years, I understand it, and I feel like I'm in a different space when it comes to natural hair and what it is. Before, when we started this, I never really liked the term natural hair movement. I used to think natural hair movement sounds a bit political, it sounds a bit too extreme. But now I actually understand why it is called that and the need for it. I'm actually proud to say that I'm part of the natural hair movement. I'm actually excited to say that I'm part of the natural hair movement because it is needed and it is required. And I believe it's required and needed because when you have younger, generation, or the young kids going to school and facing possibilities of being suspended because of the way their hair is, or people who have actually been suspended because of the way they wear their hair. Certain boys not allowed to go to school with dreadlocks. You can't go to school with cane rows. You can't get a job because of your afro. You can't be in the military if you don't wear your hair a certain way. All these things that are oppressing you from being who you are. The way your hair grows out of your head. Something that you do not have control over. All you have control over is how you condition it and how you style it. But you don't actually have control over the texture that grows from your scalp. So when somebody is trying to control you based on something that you can't physically control, there's an issue. There's a problem. And now I understand why this movement is needed. Whether you want to term it as a movement or if you want to term it as a journey, a progression, whatever you want to call it, it is required because there's an issue here. There is an issue that has been going on for too long now. It's been going on for too long, okay? Too long. And majority of the problem is with people of colour. That is where the problem lies. There's no point saying it's coming from the outside races or other races. It's an issue that we have amongst ourselves that we need to address. Forget them getting involved. It's got nothing to do with them. They don't actually really care because it doesn't affect them the same way that it affects us. So we need to take head of it and start finding ways to change it. And this is being done by events, YouTube channels, vlogs, blogs, social media. It's all present now. It's all becoming one. We are all kind of sharing the same desire and love and the need for embracing what we have. And I'm loving it. I'm really enjoying it. It's something that I really have a passion for, and I've always had a passion for. But it's nice to know that right now I can express it in a way that can be shared amongst a lot of people that I probably will never meet, or people that I have met, or people across the world. Like, to me, that is amazing. And I just want it to continue. I don't want it to be a thing of it's here today, gone tomorrow. It needs to continue because it's an issue that we're always going to have unless we decide to address it. And sometimes it always seems to get brushed under the carpet because to some people it's not that serious. It's not as a big issue to them, and I understand that. Everybody has things that are going on in their lives, and something that happens to me may not be as big as it happens to you. I understand that. But for those who it does affect, and for those who do have a problem with it, that is why this movement is needed and required, because we need to get to a place where we are comfortable being us. We are okay to be us without needing to be accepted by other people. Because I feel this is the issue. We are always looking for acceptance from other people, but not looking for acceptance for within ourselves. Once you've accepted who you are, it shouldn't really matter about what other people say about you. But we have this thing of, we want to be accepted because for so long we have been seen as the outside, the outcast race. We've been seen as the problem, the issue, the other, the negative. That's what people of colour have been seen as. We are not good as. We are not, the same as. This is what has been our problem for years and years and years, and it still is an issue. It still is a problem, and it's something that we don't seem to accept. And the reason I say accept, I mean, we're not doing enough. We're not doing enough for this issue. We're not doing enough to combat it. We're not doing enough to possibly see it disappear. We are not doing enough. And a lot of people who are probably within the natural hair movement are kind of indirectly making it worse because doing certain things that are not really benefiting the movement itself and kind of shying away from it. And it's just interesting to be on the outside sometimes looking in, or be on the inside looking out. I'm kind of getting tired of people looking for validation from other races or the industry itself to make them feel good about themselves. The industry is not here for you. The industry is not here for you. They're here for your coins, okay? Women of colour are the biggest consumers of hair products on this planet, okay? You are their golden customer. You are the person who they want the money from, because they understand you're going to spend the most on something that you probably do not need. It is based on insecurities. A lot of the products when you go into a hair shop are to make your hair grow longer, or to make it easier to manage, or to make it, you know, more prettier, or change it, or make your curl looser, or always something to make it not what it is. There are a very small amount of products that are actually there to enhance or to help your hair in the sense of maintain it. But there's not a lot of products out there that are actually for you, in the sense of they're not for you, they're not helping you. They're just there to profit off of you. That's the black and white of it. And I know a lot of people don't want to, you know, admit that, but it's the realness. And even being in this space of the natural hair online community, and constantly being given products to try, constantly being told, come to this event to see this new this and this new that. A lot of these new things are not required, they're not needed. They're just another space within the market to fill. They're another money-making kind of scheme or product that's there. You know, this whole straightening system thing is not really required on a mass level, but because relaxers are not selling as much as they used to, they need to find their coins back. They need to give you that alternative again. And I understand there's versatility and everybody can do whatever they want with their hair, but there is influence there. If every single black person or woman of colour rocks their hair naturally, we wouldn't have half the products we have in the shop. The industry would lose a lot of money. That is why they are constantly trying to put you in that box, because they understand once you accept your hair for what it is, they're going to lose money. Okay? That's the realness of it. And I'm kind of fed up of people accepting that crap from these companies. You keep buying products from these companies who are not here for you. They're not here for you. They do not care about you. They care about your coins. And I would rather support companies that are there to enhance what I have, who are there to support the movement and understand the importance of it, rather than just collect some coins. I understand, you know, everybody's out here to support themselves money-wise, but I would rather be known for what my product does and its story than just collecting money. Like, it comes down to integrity, and it comes down to ethos and what your company is really here for. And sometimes when you have popular YouTubers or bloggers or vloggers who are endorsing these products that are not here for us, everybody jumps on this bandwagon. This bandwagon that I don't understand how people are comfortable to sit on this bus and not question things along the way, like along the journey. Why are we going in this direction? Why are we on this? Why is this happening? People just like to get the results quick. They want this fastness. They don't want to know about the real understanding and the education behind why these products are created and this quick results business. Why do you want long hair so quickly? What does long hair actually mean to you? What does it equal to you? I've done a video about this before, so I'm not going to repeat myself about that. But we need to get away from this image of black hair is this or black hair is that. Black hair is one of the most beautiful, unique, or should I say afro hair or ethnic hair. I'll say ethnic hair because I'd rather say that, or afro hair, because not everybody who has textured hair is black, so I'll correct myself in that. But I say more textured hair, let's use that term, textured hair, is one of the most beautiful and versatile hairs on this planet. It can do everything and anything. It's the most magical hair on this planet. And for someone to tell you that that hair is terrible, it's bad, it's not good, it's ugly, to me makes no sense. It just makes no sense. We need to stop using these words, stop using this negative language to describe our hair. Our hair is far from that. It is nothing close to that. It is nothing like that at all. I mean, to change the way that we speak about each other's hair, to each other, or even behind each other's backs, or even when we're doing our children's hair, because the next generation, this younger generation, I'm scared for them. I'm actually scared for them because they are very far from the education that is needed for them to understand the world that they are in. A lot of them do not understand what is going on in this world. They don't get it. And because they don't have that positive role model in their world, in their bubble of the household, they go seeking for it somewhere else. When their mother's telling them that they are ugly, or they are not as good as their other sibling or their other family member, that is a form of mental abuse. That sticks with them to the end of time unless they decide to change it. I meet women who are like in their 50s, who are still scarred from comments that were made to them when they were 6. That's an issue. That's something we need to address. Why are we so comfortable to say a child's hair needs a perm? Why are we okay with saying it's okay to put a relaxer in a child's hair at the age of 3? Something that we know can burn their scalp, something we know that can damage their hair follicles. Why are we okay with that? Why? Why is nobody even questioning that? That is an issue. Why are we okay with having a 2-year-old child with braids in her hair that have her head constantly pulled back as she's walking down to the street, and her scalp's being pulled at and her edges are gone? Why is that okay? Why is it okay to even have an image of somebody like Blue Ivy or Beyonce's daughter and say that her hair is ugly, her hair is wrong, when that is the way that her hair grows out from her scalp? Why are petitions being created when really and truly that's got nothing to do with us, with the way that her hair grows? If she put a relaxer in her hair now, then we should have an issue about why she decided to do that at the age of 2, because that is something that can damage her. But her having her hair the way it grows, that is not damaging her. If anything, that child is embracing her hair at a very young age. How do we know that Beyonce is sitting her down and saying, girl, this is the way that your hair grows, da, da, da. But then Beyonce is a whole issue in itself, and I don't want to get into her and her image. You know what I mean? Like, that in itself is a part too. But I'm kind of just getting fed up of people allowing this stuff to happen. One thing that really irritates me about the black community is that we get angry for 2 minutes and then we let it go. We're so quick to let it go. Why are we still not questioning a lot of the things that are happening? And I don't want to come across as always the ranting black angry woman, but if you understand the world and you understand the way it works, you would always be angry. Because this world is not created for people of colour. Okay, this world that you live in does not have benefits for people of colour. We're still at the bottom of the chain. We're still at the bottom. We're not in physical chains, but we still are in chains, whether you want to admit it or not. There are a lot of things that are still happening that we're not addressing. There's a lot of things that are still happening that we are accepting, and I can't understand why we are. This whole Curly Nikki post with this white girl that was on it who has curly hair, I found the post hilarious, and I tell you why. I couldn't understand her struggle. I really could not understand what her struggle was. And I said it on Instagram. If she had that same texture hair and she said, I deal with dryness, my hair gets frizzy real quick, then I could say, okay, her story's valid. But her issue was, she wears her hair in a bun and now she lets it out. That was her issue. Why is that a struggle? I'm still trying to understand. Why is that a struggle? If she said like I said, issue to do with her actual hair. That was an issue to do with image, her self-image. That had nothing to do with her hair. That was about self-image. And people were running to her defense. Oh my gosh, how can you running to her defense? But then when a woman with a kinkier texture comes out and says, you know, I've got issue, people want to start slating her. They want to start saying negative things about her. Why are we so quick to accept validation from another race that does not understand the struggles that we go through, who are not constantly being told that they are ugly in the beauty world? They're not constantly being told that the way they look is not right. But yet we're okay to open the door to them and say, come in and join the group. I know that we should all be one as people, but we still have issues going on, so it's not that easy to do right now. There's still problems that we have, and before you start opening the door to other people to come in, you need to start, you know, understanding what's going on with the members that are already in this group. We still have issues within the group that need to be dealt with before we start allowing or opening the door for other people to come in. Because their story is completely different, and the world is the hair industry is catered to somebody like that already, okay? She has images, and what killed it, there was an image of someone who had the same hair texture as her in a Carol's Daughter ad right next to her article. I took a screenshot of it. It's on Instagram. So please tell me, where is her, what is the problem? What is the problem she has? Please let me know what her problem was, please. I had to actually read the article 4 times to try and see if I missed something, and I still couldn't understand what the struggle was. I still couldn't get it. I was just thinking to myself, what is the struggle? Her struggle is that she had her hair in a bun and now she wears it out of a bun. Where is the struggle? I'm trying to understand where the struggle was. I'm really trying to understand. I couldn't find it. Please, if you can find it, quote, put it down below. Please let me know. And someone said, well, she uses black products, we should be happy about that. Why? Why do we need to wait for somebody outside of our race to validate the products that we have? Why? Because people within our race don't validate them. So why are we waiting for them to say, good job, well done, you know, it works, it does what it needs to do, I'm cool, I'm gonna go tell my friends about it? Why? When they're not the biggest consumers, we are. So why are we waiting for them to congratulate what we've been doing or what we've been using? Why? A good example was this article on Facebook of this woman who was wrapping her child in cloth, this white woman wrapping her child in cloth, and the caption was life hack. And it irked me because it was like, people have been doing this since the beginning of time. And because she's done it now, it's a life hack? So does that mean now that all the women that I see walking on the road, all the African women I see walking on the road with their children in cloth, it's okay now because she's done it? No! Stop with this bull. It's a load of bull. I'm fed up with people trying to run to their defense before running to the defense of people that are being hurt within our circle. There are women out here who are being discriminated every single day against their hair. Every single day. Whether it's directly or indirectly, they get looks up and down by people of their own race, saying that they're not good enough, they are ugly, they are not, they've got bad hair, all this stuff, and we're waiting for validation from other people? No, you can miss me with that. I don't need validation from nobody else. We need to start taking our people, our women within our own society, our own culture, and start bringing them up and saying, do you know what? Your hair is different to mine. But it don't mean that your hair is wrong. It don't mean that your hair is ugly. It just means that your hair does things that my hair can't do. Your hair is a different way of beauty in comparison to mine, but it's still beautiful. You have 10 flowers in a vase. They're all beautiful flowers, but they're all different. Why can't we do that? Why do we still have a problem with that? That is the issue. When I'm going to things like Natural Hair Week, and the reason I love this event and events like this is because it opens dialogue, it opens a space for us to have these conversations, to share stories, to share experiences, and I'm meeting women from different age brackets, different cultures, different backgrounds, who all have one issue: their hair. That should be a reason, if no reason, that this hair movement is needed and it's necessary, because our hair is something that we should be taking pride in. We should feel comfortable and so proud to walk around with what grows out of our head, because like I said before, it's magical, it's amazing, it's the way it is because it's the way it's supposed to be. There ain't nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong. Why should I feel wrong for promoting natural hair? Why should I feel like I should be doing this under wraps? I shouldn't be saying this to the world. Listen, this is the way my hair grows. If you got an issue with it, that's your issue, not my issue. And people need to start embracing that mentality. If someone has an issue with your hair, you have to just say, do you know what? That's the way you feel. But do you know what? I love my hair. And no matter what you're going to say about it, it's mine. And I'm going to rock it the way I want to rock it. You know why? Because it's mine. It's the way it grows out of my head. So you know what? These curls, these kinks, these coils, they're mine. And if you got an issue with it, you go deal with it, because it got nothing to do with me. When someone brings negative towards you, understand it's got nothing to do with you. It has absolutely nothing to do with you. The only time negative has something to do with you is when you accept it. Once you accept it, it becomes yours. So you have a choice whether to accept it or not. The more times you do not accept negative comments towards you, the more positive you become and the more stronger you become. Plus, they feel like the idiot, because if they're in a room of 100 people and they're the only person giving negative comments out of 100 people in the room saying, you know what, I'm cool with my hair, eventually they're going to have to change the way they think. And this is what we need to start doing. If you go to a hair event and you feel negative about hair and you're the one person in a hair event voicing these opinions, boy, I feel sorry for you, because if you're in a room full of natural women and they are so passionate and loving about their hair, you better run. Because when we are in numbers, we are the strongest in this world. We are the first. Women of colour are the first. You understand that? So you can't have somebody tell you that you are the bottom, that you don't count. Your beauty doesn't count. Because that's what we are constantly being told. Your beauty does not count. Your hair is not valid. That is deep in itself. So of course, hair is a bigger issue than just hair. Because if it wasn't, you wouldn't have the issues we have today. If it was just hair, we wouldn't have these issues, we wouldn't have this movement, we wouldn't have these YouTube channels and these blogs and these social medias. We wouldn't have them. But because it isn't, and there's still a war going on, this is a war of beauty, I believe, this is why it's important. And this is why we need more events like we do. We need more outlets like we do. We need to start voicing this more and actually saying, do you know what? You don't like my hair? Why? And not even why, but I love it. Cool. Simple as that. I'm getting tired of hearing people's excuses. I would love to go natural, but my hair's not going to look like yours. No, it ain't. It isn't. It really isn't. But the issue isn't with whether your hair looks like mine. The issue is that you think that my hair type is better than yours. That's the issue. So let's question that. Let's actually sit down and think, why do you feel like my texture is better than yours? That's come from somewhere. You didn't grow up, you wasn't born and came out and thought, oh, her hair, like somebody told you that. Somebody put that in your mind. So our job now is to get that out of your mind and get you to a point where you understand that your hair or her hair is not better than yours. It is equal to. It just does different things. The same way us as humans, we do different things. Someone may be a good runner. I may be good at basketball. You may be good at reading. So we all have different qualities and different strengths and different skills. But it doesn't mean that anybody's better than anybody. It just means we're all different. And it's something that we need to embrace. And this is the issue that we have, and something that we need to start accepting. We need to accept that us as women of colour, or even people of colour, we have an issue amongst ourselves first, before we go looking for validation from anybody else. Our issue starts at home. When they say in schools, oh, that child has problems, it probably starts from home. The same thing. We have an issue that starts at home, and we need to start addressing this issue and start thinking, why are we talking to our children the way we do? Who ingrained that in us? Why? And most of the time it's because our greats passed it down. It's now time to stop that passing. And one person that really makes me think about things like is Ayana Van Sant. And when she says it's all about pathologies, when you carry on doing the same thing, you will carry on going round and round and round and round and round and round and round. And until you decide, you know what, I'm not going to go round, I'm going to go straight. that's when you decide it's going to change. So if you're not ready to change, carry on going rounds. When you carry on with a headache, because eventually you get dizzy and you get a headache. So carry on, go rounds. But you carry on going round, because I'm going straight. So if you want to do that and you feel comfortable in going round and round and continuing the cycle within your household of that negative notion, you carry on doing that. But guess what? That positive road looks good to me. So I'm going to carry on going down that way. And as I go down that way, I'm going to bring some people along with me. The people that actually want to be a part of that road. So if you want to come with me and start this positive knowledge and positive avenue, then let's do this. And that is what the natural hair movement is. It is the other road. It is the road of acceptance. It is the road of building self-worth, self-love, and self-acceptance. And if you cannot understand that, carry on going around. Carry on. Carry on. I'll send you some paracetamol. Carry on going. Carry on going. That's how I see it. So I do believe in the natural hair movement, and like I said before, I'm very proud to be a part of it. I understand my position in it, and I understand that to some people I'm an inspiration, and I really, really do accept that position. Before I used to say, oh no, but I don't really care. Like, I don't know that I don't care, but a thing of, I don't feel like I'm a role model to anybody. But when somebody comes up to you and says that you've inspired me to go natural, I understand my position. I understand that to somebody I'm an inspiration, and somebody's looking at me as an inspiration, and I'm going to accept that, and that's going to make me even want to do more to inspire more people. And when you understand that that journey has absolutely nothing to do with you, and it's actually benefiting other people, that becomes in a way part of your life purpose and your life work. And I feel like that is part of the reason why I'm in the position I am, and it's part of the reason why I'm so passionate about the image of black women, because I do believe it is something that is an issue right now, and something that is not being directly addressed, and we do need to start making a change. So that is my 2 pence. I know that's quite long, and it may have not made sense to some people, and I may be rambling, but it all came off the top of my head, and I just feel so passionate about it. It's something that I really, really, really am passionate about. It's something that I really, really hope I do see a change towards. I hope that I see more young women feeling confident in themselves, or young women of colour I should say, because I believe that is the target audience. I can't talk for other races because I'm not part of that race, and I don't believe that their race has been as oppressed as ours. So as much as some people want to say it's not a black issue, it's not a people of colour issue, it really is. And if you don't want to address that, or you don't want to acknowledge that, I don't know what world you live in, because that is, when you understand you live in a white supremacy world, you will understand where your position is in this world, and you understand that everything around you is not really catered for you. It's not made for you. A lot of things, images and things that are created are to constantly and continually put you down. So once you understand that, and you understand the way the world works, you understand why there is a need for it. And that is just how I feel. You may not agree with me, you may not feel like the same way that I feel, but that's why we are all different, and we all have our opinions. So talking about opinions, how do you think and feel about the natural hair movement? Do you believe it's a movement? Do you believe that it's going to die out? Because I do believe that it will slow down, but I hope it doesn't die out, even if it's just me in my one corner just I hope it doesn't die out. Do you believe that it's needed or required? Do you feel a part of it? Do you just don't care? Do you feel like this is just all a load of bull and we just don't even need to be talking about this? Is hair just hair to you? Is it something deeper? What are your thoughts on the natural hair movement? Has it actually helped you or inspired your journey when it comes to your hair and your self-image? Does it make you feel that you are more in tune with who you are? You know, let me know what your thoughts are on this issue, and is it even an issue to you? I want to hear what you have to say. So that is me done for the day on that issue. But make sure you're following us on Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook page, everything. All the details are down below, so make sure you're connected with us, because we update our Instagram every single day. So some things that may be happening over there, you know, you may have missed out on. And yeah, stay tuned for more videos from us, and until next time, YouTube, bye.